We have some distinguished people with us that are going to discuss some big subjects, subjects that are very controversial and very distinguishable among the people in the Eastern Hemisphere. We're going to have about 7 or 8 people here, and the big names that you will very well recognize as we begin this trivial discussion. And I'm going to introduce 3 famous panelists here. I'm going to introduce Scarlett Feinstein, Patricia Sinbody, you all recognize him, Red Lipshit. Now, they're going to tell you how they have become famous in the world, and then we're going to get into the question, which tonight is, what do you think of the rectum as a whole? We're going to start off with Scarlett. Tell us about yourself, Scarlett.
Well, I'm private. I don't really wish to talk unless it's a serious question, and I don't feel that my upbringing is any of your concern.
Fine, fine. How about you, Patricia Sinbody?
Well, I'm famous for my research in birth control. And got about half my operation done. And I think your question is very pertinent. I personally have had my rectum altered. It's been reduced. And now I've used the excess skin to enlarge my breast. So I find tonight's forum very pertinent.
With your voice, but your voice is still...
I haven't been able to raise the money to have my vocal cords shortened. But I'm working on that with my new book.
And you usually laugh a lot too, and that's why I knew. I mean, you're getting ready to laugh now.
I don't
well, I knew that, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I do laugh a lot.
Thank you. And Red Lipshit, you've been around, squealing around quite a while about how you feel about things, Red. How do you feel, and what is your main attributes to society?
Well, I'll tell you, I became famous due to the selling of used toilets. I had I had one, and I got another one, and after that, I got
Go ahead, Red. Yeah, wait, Red, you on good.
I'm just a little stage fright, I guess.
Cameraman shaking a little too. Even the cameraman shaking. Well, let's get into the question.
Wait, I'm not finished.
Excuse me.
I had two, and I got me a field, about 10 acres, and started just collecting used toilets, and stacked up, started selling them. You know, most of them go for about $2, but that's how I got famous.
Is that a phony laugh, or is that your normal way of acting when you?
No, I'm sorry. That's not a laugh. When I get nervous, I expel flatulence through my mouth. See, there I go again.
I know.
Must have been them beans I ate last night or something.
Okay, let's cut. Okay, we're going to get into the questioning here, and as I said, the first question is, what do you think of the rectum as a whole? Scarlett, would you care to tell us what you think?
I view rectums as hairy, nasty creatures. located in the lower cavities of just nastiness, and I don't care to elaborate on it anymore. I think that's a awful question.
She's a very serious elaborator, as you can tell. Patricia, what do you think of the rectum as a whole?
Well, as I stated before, I don't have much of a rectum anymore. Mine's been shrunk. And, but I'm sure that as I complete my operation and I no longer need some of this other skin they're gonna take off my body from my vocal cords to my penis, I'll have available skin in case, Red, you need your rectum shrunk, and so you won't have much of a hole.
Well, hey, that is awful kind of you there. Whatever your name is.
Red, and your comment there, Red?
About the rectum as a whole? I think that's a very interesting question. It goes back in history, and it brings again. Well, you know, guys, man has always asked why the rectum is a hole, because it really is a hole. That's where your stuff comes out, so it comes out of a hole, therefore it's a hole. Well, I think the rectum is a hole.
Yes. Well, we fully understand. We want to get to the rest of the panel tonight, and so we're going to move on around the table and introduce some more of these famous people. And I'm sure that you will enjoy them thoroughly. Okay. Yes, we're back now, and we want to introduce some more of the panel here. We've got Sven Sphincter Musselman, a very famous man. We have Susie Shiny Heine, and when you, of course, I know you folks know how to speak up very well here. And then we have Gene Hamhock.
Thank you, Walter.
Yes, you're very welcome. We're going to ask this same question to these famous people, but we'd like first for them to explain to us their attributes to society while they have been on this earth. And we're going to go to Sven Sphincter Musselman first and let him explain. Sven.
Thank you, Walter. My name is Sven Sphincter Musselman, and my family is known for the muscles. Especially me, I was known for my sphincter, so then there goes Sven Sphincter Musselman. That's what I was named, and we're just known for our muscles.
Very good. How about you, Susie Shiny Heine?
Hi, I'm Susie. I was a Coppertone babe.
And that's about it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good. A copper tone baby. And how about you, Gene Hamhock?
Oh, thank you, Walter. Well, I won a ice hockey medal in the 1913 Olympics with the Czechoslovakian ice hockey team. Then I became the pygmy poet, so called because I lived with the pygmies in New Guinea, and I really get choked up because I wrote a lot of short stories about it, and I became the pygmy poet, and I became a famous writer.
Very good. We're going to get into the question here now as far as what do they think of the rectum as a whole. And we'd like to start off with Sven Sphincter Musselman. Sven.
Well, Walter, I think the rectum can be a hole, but sometimes can be a square. And if it's a square,
Very interesting.
it can be a triangle.
Yeah. We only know that a
And some-
brain like this would know that.
That's right. But you know, there are all different types of rectums out there. You know, there's some hairy, some bald, some black, some pink, some green. And I think it's all a matter of perspective, you know. But as long as I have a sphincter, it's okay with me.
There you go. How about you, Susie?
Well, isn't that what destroyed our odorless zone?
Well, yeah, I guess you could say that, huh?
I don't know. I don't know too much about that.
Oh, really?
What do you know about?
Sunbathing?
Yeah, well, I guess you would, being a prophet's home baby,
Walter,
and
what's she doing at this panel?
Gene, what are you, what's
I'm
that?
famous.
Well, what's she doing at this panel?
Well, hey, she's been around for a long time, and she's pretty smart.
Walter.
She's pretty, all right.
Yeah, well, I know her.
Yeah, I tell you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You want a date?
Oh,
Walter,
Don't
this
tempt me,
is
Dave.
disgrace for journalism.
what was the question again, Walter? I forgot.
Gene, what do you think about the rectum as a whole?
Oh, I remember back when I was a kid, and I got a new pair of skis, and I wrecked them in a hole. Hit a hole and wrecked them. I remember that. Yeah, I do. I really do.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's what I think. That's all I can think.
That's all you can think about right now, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we will continue this discussion with some more questions to the same famous panel in just a few moments. All right, this is Walter back again, and we're going back to Scarlet Flying Sign, Patricia Sinbody, and Red's Lipschitz, and ask them another question. And I think this question is very appropriate, since it deals with people that really don't get along with the world very long. And I would like to pose this question to them. Why are there more horses asses than there are horses? Now, one might say, well, why are there more smart asses than there are asses? But that's not being what I'm after, so I'm going to go to the experts and find out. What do you think, Scarlett? Why are there more horses' asses than there are horses?
Well, that's a very interesting question because I just conducted a research study on that and found that people today, as a result of bad diets, electricity, and other fibristic causing agents, cause them to be somewhat of a horse's ass. On the other hand, when you think back to the time of the horses, we don't use them anymore. We don't have horses.
How about the Kentucky Derby? Huh, Patricia? What do you think, Patricia?
Well, I happen to personally know where there's a whole bunch of horses' asses and there ain't no horses. During my operation in Copenhagen, I saw a bunch of horses' asses in cryogenic freeze. And they're saving these horses' asses.
Don't cry, Patricia.
I can't help it.
Please don't cry.
All them dead
It'll
horses.
be alright, sweetie.
They all gave up
I'm
their
with
asses.
you, buddy.
So many young,
Take your time.
so many young innocent horses gave up their ass for the sake of science. Well, they're saving these horses' asses to make sure that when all this peace and harmony bullshit that's going on in the world comes to a head, they got enough horses' asses left to keep people at an even keel. So they're going to redistribute them to all these flower-toting people at the airports.
Yes, well,
Don't
very
think
good.
so, Red?
Patricia, what do you think, Red?
I agree. Well, like I said, I own a field and so use toilets. Well, I know for a fact that most horses, when they're born, have two asses. 'Cause back in the field,
No, you can't tell me that, can you, Red?
this is
That
true.
I have.
I read it in Farmer's Almanac.
Listen, Red, I did a study. I know that the horses in the world are practically gone.
Yes, yes.
They're practically gone.
Well,
Well, how would you know how many
Back
asses
in
a
the
horse has?
field.
Well, like I said, I own a field. And back in the field, I own some horses. And as a result, 10 out of 11 horses had two asses. And that's a fact.
I'm sorry, but I would have to strongly say that I think the reason why those horses have two asses is simply because they've been drinking used, contaminated toilet water.
Well, no, that's very interesting. That's very interesting.
Well, I totally disagree.
I do too. You just keep on, don't you, girl?
Yeah. Well, we're going to get on to the next panel because this is a very interesting question. And we know that there's some good answers coming up next. Yes, this is Walter back again. And we have these same three famous people that we had the second time around on the other question back to explain their reasoning for this big question that we had such a debate over a few minutes ago. So we're going to ask these people. Sven Sprinter Musselman is back with us. We have Susie Shiny Heine back with us again. And we have Gene Hamhock back with us again. And we're going to go.
Thank you, Walter.
We'll go to Gene. You first, Gene, and you might tell us, what do you think, or why are there more horses' asses than there are horses? Now, wait a minute, so I can explain one more time what I meant to say about why are there more horses' asses than there are horses. I would rather you didn't say why are there more smart asses than there are asses. So, back to you, Gene. Could you elaborate on that, please?
I think I can. Well, to tell you the truth, the reason why I think there are more horses' asses than horses is because of other kinds of horses there are in the world today. You have your saw horses, and the hippopotamus, as we all know, is called the water horse, and they all have asses, believe it or not. So, you know, the actual horses, they have maybe one ass per horse, and the rest of them have asses, but they're not true horses. So that's why I think they have it. Unlike some of the other discussions we had earlier.
Well, that makes sense. That does make sense. Well, wouldn't you say so, Susie? What do you think about that, Susie?
Well, I don't understand the question. I still can't figure out why they took him across the road.
Well, that has a lot to do with it too, I suppose. But are you still telling us that more than likely it's because you are a sunshine kid?
Yes.
Yes. Well,
Well, she wouldn't really know an ass from a hole in the ground.
Well, what does that mean?
Like I said, you wouldn't know an ass from a hole in the ground.
Sven, let's move over to Sven and see what his answer to that is. Sven, you usually have a pretty good answer for questions.
Well, as you know, I have a horse named Buddy. And if you ever smell his breath, you would think he had two asses. One in the back and one in the front. Any horse has bad breath, so I figure that people mistake it for a second ass.
Well, I would
So I come to the conclusion that all horses have two asses.
But let's get into it a little
Even a
deeper.
sugar cube doesn't help. I mean, my horse Buddy has bad.
I have seen his horse Buddy and smelled his breath. And you wouldn't believe it, just like an ass.
He is a good kisser, but damn.
Yeah, you have to wear a nose plug or something like that.
You need
Oh,
quite
yeah.
a big one. You need quite a big
Yeah.
one.
Thank
Any
you.
comments?
Take that as a compliment. Thank you very much.
No comment?
No.
Well, I think that I would have to disagree with a couple of people here because there are a lot of horses' asses that are walking around this studio. Every day we see horses' asses walking around the studio, and none of them have tails and ears. What do you think about that?
Your secretary is a real horse's ass.
I don't know. Your secretary sure looks like a horse to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when viewed from behind.
Oh,
In fact, Walter, your breath sure smells like an ass to me.
well, what about Susie? She's my secretary. Is that who you're talking about?
I think they're talking about me.
So that's how she got on the show, huh?
Oh, well.
Now who's a horse's ass?
Well, I
Caught in the clutches.
Jeez.
Hey, you
Caught
know,
in the bear trap.
when you
huh,
got
Walter?
it, want it, right? This is Walter, and I'm gonna be out of here, and thank you very much, panel.
Give me all